Every night before bed, I put on the kettle and curl up with a steaming hot cup of tea with a big scoop of honey. I guess I have always been a honey connoisseur. Whether it's added to my tea, mixed in my oatmeal, or spread on my pancakes, there is always room for a bit more honey. There have been times that I have gone through jars of honey so fast I am like Winnie the Pooh scraping the bottom of a honey pot in sheer disbelief I ate the whole thing. After completing my associate's degree, I attended the University of Northern Arizona in Flagstaff in pursuit of an environmental studies and geology degree. During my first weekend at school, I took a tour of a community market located on the outskirts of town. The vendor I was drawn to the most was a stand selling native organic honey. Being a honey fanatic, I could not pass up the opportunity to chat with the man behind the honey stand. As we talked over shared samples of honey he harvested from different hives, the man explained to me that bees produce honey unique to the plants that they have pollinated. Completely unaware of how soon we would cross paths again, I stocked up on honey and headed back to my apartment. That night, when I went home to put on the kettle, I kept thinking about all the different kinds of wild honey and all the questions I did not get to ask the man behind the stand. Do bees ever get lost on their way back to the hive? What is the life cycle of a honeybee? How many bees did it take to produce one of the 16-ounce jars I purchased? Are honeybees in danger? If so, what are some things I can do to protect them? Finally, my first day of class has started, and to my surprise, my professor for my environmental sustainability class was the honey man from the farm stand. To say the least, Dr. Patrick Pines is a humble man, passionate gardener, true advocate for Mother Nature, and an outstanding teacher. Throughout his class, I was blessed with the opportunity to work with the Northern Arizona Organic Beekeepers Association, an organization founded by Dr. Pines himself. Environmental sustainability gave me the opportunity of a lifetime, the privilege to observe Dr. Pines' team at work with their colonies. While working, they shared some interesting facts about honeybees and what people can do to help them thrive in the wild. Dr. Pines and his team believe that through education, research, entrepreneurship, and advocacy, beekeeping will soon become a widespread solution to many of the problems the industrial food system faces today. I learned that honeybees develop in 3 short stages. After a queen bee lays her eggs, the first stage, larvae, begins. The larvae are continuously fed fluids from adult worker bees to help them grow and develop into adult bees. After 6 short days, the larvae are ready to become pupils. During the pupal stage, the larvae spin themselves into cocoons to help them form their adult bodies. In their cocoons, the pupae develop their wings, legs, internal organs, and muscles. After about 20 days, the pupae are ready to emerge from their cocoon. After emerging, the bees are fed and kept in the hive where they will learn normal hive functions like feeding larvae, cleaning hive cells, building comb, and patrolling the hive for at least 2 weeks. After their 2 weeks in the hive, the bees are finally ready to go out and pollinate. Their rapid wing movement allows them to flap their wings 230 times every second. Bees will typically travel 20 miles per hour without carrying pollen or 15 miles per hour while carrying pollen. The term busy bee is not a coincidence. Out of 20,000 different species of bees, honeybees are little powerhouses that are responsible for pollinating over 90% of the world's food crop. One single honeybee will only produce 1 tablespoon of honey in its lifetime, while 1 single jar of honey takes the teamwork of 22,700 bees. Honeybees are the only insects in the world that produce a product consumed by humans. Honeybees will typically live for 6 weeks in the summer. A world without honeybees would mean a world without fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. In fact, the world would only survive a maximum of 4 sad years if the honeybee were to ever go extinct. Some of the biggest environmental threats honeybees face daily are pesticides, disease, habitat loss, and climate change. Since honeybees are extremely valuable to our ecosystem, it is our job to advocate for them any way we can. Simple things like planting bee-friendly flowers and plants like lilacs, milkweed, poppies, tomatoes, and squash will help keep honeybees around and happy. Together, bees produce more than just honey. They are responsible for feeding the whole world. Every time I see a honeybee or scoop some honey into my tea, I am reminded what little miracles of evolution bees are, and I say a little prayer of thanks that God made them possible in His world.